It's like the bear trap from Saw.
Yes.
But beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Giving spooky Venus flytrap.
Giving face ornaments, giving appliques on the cardboard, giving a sweet little shoe. All right, now tell me about mine. Hi, I'm Sigourney Beaver, and welcome to Obituary. Today, we will be reviewing episode 2 of the Boulet Brothers Dragula season 6, and I'm joined with my very special guest, Utica.
Hello. A pleasure, an honor, a privilege to be here. I love you so much, Miss Thing. Like, I'm so obsessed with you.
I love you. I'm obsessed with you.
And
Oh my God, you were the one in Vogue.
Girl, and you're the one in the coffin. No, this is so fun. Like, we both are in Chicago.
We are.
And
we both live here.
Yeah, and ever since your season and beforehand, like, I've loved your work, and it's been so amazing.
You did not know who I was before the season.
You know, I had air that you had your little pigtails running around Chicago. And
all 5 of them right up front and center, ready to go.
You know, I love you so much, and it's so like amazing to be here and like to review the dolls. This is gonna be so exciting.
The ghouls.
Yes, and I love
the
that.
gremlins, the goblins, the clowns. It is the season of clowns.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it, girl.
So many clowns.
So many
So
clowns.
heavy in the clowns.
I'm wondering if if this is a pattern throughout the season, if we're gonna see more of it, because like then that brings up the conversation: is this going to be some artists use clowns as their motif for scary? So are they gonna use that consistently throughout the competition as like their go-to?
You can also make the argument that like, this is my character, this is my art, I am a clown. So you see clown in everything I do because you want to see my drag as it applies to the challenge.
But it's gonna be interesting to see if like, oh, we do the under the sea, but there's clowns. You know what I mean? Like,
They can't do an under the sea one. They just did that a couple seasons ago.
True, but
Yeah.
like
It better be in the air. I'd like that.
birds,
Push them all out of plane
but
again.
clouds.
Yes. So episode opens up. Everyone's in the boudoir, being catty, going at it, and in walks old Gazi. She's back. She survived the sharks. Severity went home.
I feel sad about Severity. I think she was in her own way.
But you've met her. You've worked with her. You know her. Like, we know her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah, what a peach.
A sweetheart, so conceptual, and just like, you can tell that she loves what she does, and she just feels so safe in what she does. But I think in the confines of the competition, she couldn't step outside of that.
Well,
She
and
just
that's the
felt
name
so
of the
inside.
game. Someone's got to go home every episode.
I'm gagged that Gosma gotta go to Hawaii. I love Hawaii. I was like, I wanna go.
And she
But
came back with such a nice blouse.
she had time to go shopping.
Must be nice. So they go and they get the challenge issuing killer dolls. Love it. But then they get the fright feat dodgeball. What?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I had to eat a bulb of garlic when I could have gone and just, sports.
It feels natural that they put the girls near balls. It just, it feels like the right thing to do.
Whoever wins the game gets to throw a curse on someone else.
Yeah.
And I love this idea of curses. They did one on Titans. They did one on season 5. They stuck her in a porta potty, made her get ready in there. Yeah, the one on Titans was the no wig. Diva, I'd be toast. Me without a wig, everyone seeing how small my head is. This one actually didn't seem that bad to me. But it was that you have to get ready, you have to paint your whole face with one arm. Your other one is taped down. Mostly that just seems uncomfortable to me for my arm, but like, that would be okay.
I mean, if they chose which hand it would be, I think it would be a completely different story. You know what I
They'd
mean?
probably
Like,
do that.
like I'm right-handed. Well, you don't have that problem because
No, I don't have that problem, but I would have a problem doing that challenge because I use both hands to paint.
Yeah,
I do the right side with my right hand, and then I do the left side with my left hand. And I do not understand how people can like reach over, and that just seems so uncomfortable. How do you do that?
I sew all the time. I can sew with both hands, which
That's crazy.
I work every day.
That's crazy.
That like I can hand sew with both hands. I think that's my master class with my hands. But with my face, I'm going just with one hand.
That just seems so complicated.
If my right hand was out, my makeup would be busted. It would look like this eye.
They're playing dodgeball. It comes down between Auntie and Jaharia. They both want it. Jaharia wins. And then she throws the curse on Auntie. And she said, well, Asia's the one that won last week, so I don't know why everyone's coming for me, but it's because she is killer.
Yeah, she's good. I'm surprised that they are not gunning for Asia more, because Asia is very strong competition as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I wonder if it's a charm thing, because she's very charming. She's very diplomatic. You
don't think Auntie's charming?
Okay, Auntie is a showrunner. She is so sick. She's fun. She puts her mouth in front of her body and she has it to back it up.
Opens it up.
And so, like, I think the girls put a target on her back right away. And they know she's a threat. She's the Manila Luzon of the season.
And now she has to paint with one hand.
I really want to know if it was her dominant hand or not. Judging by her paint, I don't think it was.
I've never seen Auntie Heroine look bad.
She is so sickening. Not only sickening, like, in her mug, but just her effervescence. She's just so, like, clean, concise with what she's doing, and I think I'm obsessed.
So this episode had so many different things going on to it. We had 2 different, like, pull-aside conversations happen,
Yes.
which those are always, the first one, Majesty pulling old Ghazi to the side and saying, there's girls here. I've heard rumors that are trying to get you disqualified.
That's really gaggy. I mean, like, we're in Chicago and all girls talk, so, like...
Do you think it's true? Do you think it's true, or do you think it's Majesty getting in her head?
You know, I could see both. Majesty's smart. Majesty's playing a competition where...
She wants to win.
She wants to win. Who is
it?
spreading the seed?
Majesty! That's why I don't know if it's true, but also, she said multiple. So now Aurora's like, well, Scylla's gotta be one. Who's the other? There has to be at least one other. Who is it? And that's how I'm hoping the next episode opens up, is with Aurora flying in all hot and wild, accusatory.
What if it's Auntie?
A lot of these people are just really questioning everyone's monster abilities, but especially on Aurora.
Aurora has a big target on her back because she
put it there.
She did. Also, she's like, you know, her main path is glamour, so I could see why the girls are coming for her. If I was on Dragula, I would feel like people would try to give me the same critique. But I feel like I'm an artist that would bend to whatever it needs to be.
Absolutely.
But I think the critique comes when artists don't bend as much as the others would expect.
Oh my God, the bend and snap works every time.
I feel like with Aurora, that's her issue. Like,
but that's not the only side convo that happens. Pi ends up pulling Asia out to the side. And this is right after in the boudoir.
yeah.
Pi had said, I don't think that your look was very recognizable. Like, I wouldn't have known it was Art the Clown. And Asia said, well, you loved it last week, so why am I hearing this now? Pi pulls her out and is like, I'm really sorry. Like, I feel bad. Asia says, why are you saying this here now and not in front of everyone else? Why would you rip me down? And now you're back here trying to build me up, but with no audience. And then Pi's like, alliance?
It just feels so rubber bandy. Like, it's this back and forth. Like, I'm just like, pick a lane.
Like, is Pi, like, just seeing the writing on the wall and thinking, well, I better hitch my wagon to a winning horse?
Well, if you're gonna hook your wagon, why are you knocking the wagon down? She's taking off wheels of the wagon. You know, like, if you want this wagon to go forward, it's got to have the wheels. Someone died of dysentery, and it was Pi.
So then Asia talks about having trust issues and, you know, respectfully, very nicely turns down Pi's alliance offer. And then we get to the floor show.
Yeah.
But right before the floor show, the Boulets?
They look so
I'm furious. I'm furious. So stunning. I don't know why it has me so ripped up and I'm so captivated by this tentacle pull-apart Twizzler gown. I'm obsessed with it and I don't understand it and I want it. I swear to God, if they bring out something better than that, my body's just gonna give up.
It gives me kind of a Stranger Things tentacle energy.
And it's so
I love
long.
It. Yeah, it's lush. You know, there was a couple team members placing that perfectly.
Yeah.
And the Boulets are
I'm
like,
sure
nope.
they were just pissed to have to try to walk in that.
A glaze, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the left.
And then they say please. They're very nice.
Yeah.
They're very nice ladies. And also, I will add, that hair looked like it was growing out of their head.
Yeah, their
That
wigs,
lace was
incredible.
invisible.
They're
I'm
really-
not kissing here. I'm just excited. I'm so
No,
sorry.
we can kiss their. I would kiss. They're tall.
I'm wearing like a long stay lipstick, but
I'm not. It's gonna get all over their cheeks. Like
messy.
Yes, and Boulets, if you're watching this, if you ever want me to make you something, I would be honored. Please, I'd love to make you something grand, gorgeous. I love you guys' work, so please, it'd be so fun.
Well, good luck to you.
You're like, no!
And to the floor show,
Yes.
the killer dolls. We open it up with Pie.
Yes.
Pie comes out, massive voodoo doll with a pin.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
It's really good. The tendrils of hair, the face coming out of the mouth with the paint. It's good. I think that it's campy. It's large and in charge. It's good. I love that it's like on a flat plane. It's like the flat head, the flat arms. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I love the way that they moved. Very doll-like.
As
It was-
well
it
as
was
they
good.
could. It's massive.
Yeah. I think it's a home run.
Following Pie is Majesty.
It's really good too. It gives me kind of like a
Raggedy Ann.
Raggedy Ann.
Yep. Knit.
All knitted. I think knitwear is hard to do, especially with like a big silhouette and
Do
whatnot.
you know how to knit?
I don't know how to knit.
I don't either.
I think it's really hard, and it's like you're doing math as you're doing it, and it's the pattern. I bet
There's
if I
math
started,
involved, I'm out.
and I've seen it happens relatively quickly, so I get like the appeal, but I haven't dived in yet. But I will say Majesty killed it with it. I just love the silhouette was great. The face was so interesting.
So good. So cool.
Yes.
And such, like, again, what a great concept. The cherry on top is the performance.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Ripping the entrails out.
Knows how to move, how to sell it, how
Yeah.
to work a stage.
It's good. I think
So good.
that Majesty does a really good job in embodying whatever character
Yes.
that she's portraying.
Yes. Jaharia.
Street Fighter, kind of
Jack
anime.
called it Monster High.
Monster High.
Which, as soon
yeah.
as that was said, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
Like she did get in the top this week. I would say mainly for the performance. The performance was very good.
Very good. But we saw
However-
that last week too.
Yeah.
Jaharia knows how to burn a stage up.
The look, I would say, wasn't my favorite, and I am comparing it to the rest, but
It is a competition. It is comparative.
I think it just was. Dolls can get very pedestrian very quickly with like the silhouette, it's like a baby doll dress kind of energy.
Scylla's Jean Benet.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think that her paint is incredible, and I think that it was a very safe route when it comes to doll. I wasn't mad at it. I like where they scalps. Yeah, with the hair on the boa. Great. Here's the thing: when you have a boa, or when you have any prop,
You have a nice, lovely long. Is this elastic?
It is.
Oh, goody.
So it bounces when I walk. I love
Smells fake.
it. It is. I don't want P to call in.
She titled this look Little Miss Runner Up.
And then that makes the boa and that everything makes sense. But the thing about having a prop is you gotta know how to control the prop.
Yes.
And I think that the prop was taking her over a little bit with how
There
it moved,
is
it was
such a
hitting
thing
her.
as like too many props as well.
Yeah.
I would pick between the scalps and the boa.
I could see if it was a boa solely out of scalps, that would have been
Very intricate.
Let's go.
Taking notes, I'm taking notes. Another clown comes out, Vivi. Vivi did a Pennywise clown.
Yeah.
Is it a doll?
I think it gave me a little bit more clown than doll, if I'm honest, which is not the challenge, which is why I think she was safe. I think it could have been more.
It was done very well. Did it fit? Was it a doll? I think that's open to interpretation because I don't want to be an asshole and say no.
Yeah. I'm sure that she could pull up a picture and be like, no, it's inspired by this, and
I mean,
it's a doll. But
yeah, but you could say anything
Yeah.
is a doll at that point.
I like her as a performer. I think she embodies the work. However, it's tough when we are actively comparing everybody.
But
And
that's
they're-
it's a competition,
yeah.
so please don't get upset. You signed up for this.
Yeah. I'm glad she's safe this week. I'm excited to see more
I'm
from
excited
her.
to see next week. Another clown? Only
Here we
time will
go.
tell. And then that was followed up with Aurora.
Yes, we had the Miss Bodysuit.
I thought she
Miss
was supposed to be a
Silicone.
blow-up doll, like a sexy blow-up doll, which
Yeah.
I love.
I like that it wasn't like the blow-up material.
What
It was
material
like
was
a.
it?
I want to say it was like a felt. Maybe
Felt?
Was it not felt?
No. Who would wear felt? A whole felt
maybe not
bodysuit?
felt.
I mean, no wonder her looks saggy, but like a whole felt bodysuit? Murder!
You got to be careful with like covering up your whole face to making
Yeah,
sure
especially
that
for a
like.
lip sync. Oh my God, I
Yeah.
totally forgot to mention that not only is this a floor show, it's also a lip sync challenge.
Yeah.
To Slater's I Love Hollywood. Yes.
I love this song. I think it's a perfect fit.
It is a perfect fit, but doing a lip sync with a mask, having your whole face covered, that's
Yeah,
hard.
it's an extra challenge.
It is an extra challenge.
But with Aurora, I'm gonna shade her real quick. If you're gonna be quote unquote a seamstress, this thing, all of your clothes have to fit. Even if you have them made from other people, they have to like you have to put on your body, check every inch, and
all
it's a
of my safety
bodysuit. It
pins
has
are
to
screaming
fit.
at you right now. Ow! Ow! Ow!
Well, I'm a seamstress, so I could say that. That doesn't diminish the concept. I love the concept, but it's gotta fit. Look around. All these looks are fitting except for Desiree.
There's a couple more to go in between here and there. But also, it's that, as the competition goes on, they're gonna get more and more picky.
Also, if they're this picky on episode 2, it's about to be a wild ride.
Season 6. It's gonna keep, elevating as time goes on.
It's the same thing with Drag Race. Like when someone wears something and they get critiqued for it, they're like, well, it's season 25.
Well, that's the thing.
And it can't be this. We're all artists. We're figuring it out. We don't have all the
But
money
you
in the
can't
world.
tell me that anyone that walked in on seasons 1 through 3 could get away with wearing anything that they wore on the season now.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It was the season of prom dresses back then. Now it's the season of everything has to be custom and conceptual.
Oh
and,
my God, and a fortune.
I know.
Oh my God. Gray is right after.
Loved it. Love Gray.
Yeah, loved Gray. Loved Gray. It was, again, I love seeing that there are so many people coming into this competition that are so polished and fully realized and high caliber. And I think Gray is in that group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really think that Gray is sickening. They're using this gray color palette as a staple throughout their work, but they're not doing it all the time.
Which I
Which
would
is
be
the right
so
choice.
into if that was the case.
Yeah.
But the little jester and then the fake jester head, loved it. This was the kind of and I will say again, is this a doll? That's open to interpretation, but
Yeah.
I would lean more towards a yes because this looks like one of those little dolls that I'd be seeing sitting on the shelf at the truck stop, and
Yeah.
I do love a truck stop treasure.
I was wondering if anyone was gonna do Barbie
That's what I was thinking
after
too.
the Barbie fad, after anything.
Yeah.
I think Aurora was the only one that got
It was
kind of
very
close
close
to
to
that.
Barbie. It was very close to Barbie.
Yeah. But I would have loved to have seen a
Yeah.
spook-a-doodle-doo Barbie.
Yes, yes. If I was a killer Barbie, my weapon would be a shoe. Just a really hot, bloody stiletto. And then we have Yuri,
Yes, with the tendrils,
the marionette.
strings. Yes.
The marionette.
It was good.
Loved it. Great concept.
You know what I have been noticing is that a lot of these artists have such a pinpointed point of view that none of them are doing a very similar concept to each other.
Except clown.
Except Clown. but I mean,
But Yuri's marionette was very cool. Would you say that falls under clown or no?
no, I think it fits under marionette more than it does clown. I thought it was really good, and I love the use of the headpiece down to the fingers, down to the toes. Yeah, I thought it was really unique. I thought
Very
that
good concept.
Yeah, she also handled it well. I think with a piece like that, you got to be careful that it doesn't take control, and I like it. I thought she did really well.
Okay. Here's the one for you, Desiree.
Wow,
Desiree was a Peruvian voodoo doll.
it didn't fit.
Go on.
See, I really like Desiree. I've got to hang out with her, and she's so delightful.
A
and
muffin.
She's a force.
Sweetie.
Right? But I think that she puts this force sometimes in the wrong direction when it comes to fashion-wise. I feel like the outfit kind of took over a little bit too much. And you have to be the master of what you wear.
Yeah, you can't
Gotta make
let it wear you.
You got to make it look easy, which we're not doing today because we wore everything today.
I looked at my stuff and I was like, oh, God, I gotta bring something big. I'm going up against this. And then you walk out of your house with this headpiece. Rude.
My little egg carton. Head full of eggs.
That's one of my favorite things about drag is really like the resourceful side of turning, like, for lack of a better term, like trash into treasure.
Yeah, I got a shipment the other day for a memento from Singer. If they want me to build stuff with this thing, I'm gonna build stuff with the box that it came in.
Did you tell me that you're sponsored by Singer?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's cool. I love the company.
That's very cool. That's insane. And this is what Drag Race can get you. And this is what Dragula
special.
can get you.
Baby.
And then there was Asia.
Ugh.
Loved it.
Loved it.
I think Asia was the only one that didn't tell us what her doll was. So
Correct.
I'm not sure, but I liked it.
And the
performance.
It reminded me of like the dolls that you see in like the Blair Witch Project in the trees, like, or in like
yeah.
the Ritual, like these like ritualistic
yes,
dolls.
like a little witchy doll.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
With the twigs, like yeah.
You're very right. You're very right.
I loved it. I thought it was unique. I think that Asia is playing a very strong game.
Of course.
And her concepts are just
Of course.
so sickening.
It's clear she came to win.
Yeah. In my opinion, I thought she should have been the top. The passion for drag coming out of her is so sexy. I love it.
Yeah. And then there was anti-heroine.
Blew my mind.
Oh my God.
So good.
Oh my God.
It's really good. I think that it takes a special drag artist to take inhibition and make it into something iconic. Like she was fully inhibited by this box and used the movements and just was so fluid with it. I loved it.
It was, the performance was next level.
Yeah.
And then the box has a reveal. It's one thing to have like an outfit reveal. It's a whole nother when your prop has a reveal.
Exactly.
Also, how did she get that thing there?
How did she get that thing there?
How did she get that thing there?
How many suitcases? She probably had 11. She is playing such a strong game and her concepts are so clean.
She is.
And yeah, and she was the one who got cursed this week. So it
And
was
she
so
did
amazing
get
seeing her
cursed
kill
this
it.
week. And then she was the one that won too. Gagine.
We know her from the Chicago area. And
Do. I've done lots of shows with Auntie. I've known her for years.
and she's such a sweetheart.
Do you want to know something funny about Auntie though? So for a long time, back when I used to like sell my old drag, I don't now because I'm a nut. I used to always sell it to Auntie. Auntie Heroine and I were the same size.
Are you same height?
No, that's the funny part,
I think
is
she's
that
like as
she
tall as I
is
am, right?
she is taller than me. So any like, you know, it's always a gown. Any gown that she'd buy, she'd have to find something to like lengthen it. So
the floor,
most
yep.
of them turned into like mermaids, you know, something nice. So cute.
A lot of people have compared her and I together.
Really?
Just like personality-wise.
Really?
We have a very similar kind of cadence, I've heard.
Really?
Yeah. I was talking to Miss Scylla and she was like, you just remind me of my mom.
Oh.
And I was like, you could call me mommy.
Ugh. But then Scylla and Desiree are in the bottom.
Both of them, I think, wavered a little bit in this challenge.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put anyone else down there, unfortunately. And that's because it is comparative. This is a competition, it is comparative.
Yeah. It's also tough because everyone else killed it. Scylla is starting to get frustrated with her placement. She really wants to do well. And I think that she's such a very conceptual artist.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she's unique. I love that about her.
Yes.
Which, in contrast to Desiree, I feel like Desiree is lacking in a little bit of the uniqueness, but she is serving it in the powerhouse personality. She just like steamrolls forward. I really, like, we know the outcome, but like.
But
I wanna
before
see
we
who-
get to that part, we do go to the cauldron,
Yes, we do.
and it's messy.
It's really
no
messy.
season 4, episode 5 cauldron messy, but it's messy.
It's good. The
It's
girls are
messy.
fighting.
Everyone's fighting. Everyone's going off. The Asia and Pi alliance is brought to light.
I think that Pi is like, you know, trying to be calculated and trying to like, oh, but also I'm sorry about these things, but also this-
Strategize.
and then suddenly all of these things that you were trying to like manipulate just come out into the
Out.
open. I'd be so pissed. And Asia's over here just being like, yeah, this is what happened. You
But
shouldn't have
that's
played
the way
with fire.
to do it. Just let them rip each other apart.
I love it. It's fun.
Scylla and Desiree find out what the extermination challenge is. The infamous human
crazy.
pin cushion needles. Oh my God.
This is the one.
This is the one. Anytime that I talk to anyone and I'm like, what do you think the worst extermination challenge is? They're always like, needles, period.
Yeah. I remember that original one coming out and I was gagged.
Season 2.
I was like, okay, out of all of the challenges, all of the exterminations, this is the one that I would be tested.
Would you chicken out? Would you wean?
Oh, my beautiful porcelain skin would not like it, but I don't think that I would chicken out. I remember the first time they did it, the gauges got bigger,
Yes.
which was
Yes.
crazy.
Yes.
But
Yes.
this round, I think they flipped it on its head and they made it more interesting by doing their necks.
Yeah, it seems like the placement was nastier,
Ah!
but I think that the needle gauge stayed the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I've had a lot of piercings over my life. I would not be happy to do
Piercings.
this challenge.
Yeah.
Even being covered in tattoos, everyone's like, you're covered in tattoos. Doesn't mean I like getting tattooed.
So,
Oh.
remind me, if you pass out, is that
It's
points
a
off?
chop. It's a chop.
What? What if you just
So Louisiana would be toast.
like, oh,
Game over.
that's crazy.
There's the door.
The way I would have to like make sure they don't pass out.
We didn't even talk about Cynthia showing up as the exorcister and hosting the dodgeball.
Ugh, we
I've been
didn't.
very bad at this today. I've been all over the place.
Oh, I think we've been doing good. Except for Cynthia.
Oh well. But it was great. This was a good episode. Scylla went home. But that's not what made it good. I'm so sorry. That sounds terrible. Scylla went home, and I'm very sad about it.
Yeah, I'm sad about it too.
Because that's a pal.
Yeah, we love Scylla, and I'm really gagged that they sent her home because not like I think that Desiree was more in the bottom than Scylla was. They were
Why?
neck and neck. However, I think that Scylla and Aurora have such good fighting chemistry that it would have been. I would have loved to see them fight more throughout the season.
I'm sure.
I really would have loved
I'm
it.
sure there'll be more opportunities to see that. But it comes down to the extermination.
Yeah.
Oh, we saw Desiree straight up take 4 of those right in the side of the neck. That's nasty.
That's really
That's
nasty.
foul. She earned it.
Yeah, Desiree
she earned her
really
stay.
wanted it.
Yeah.
These first 2 episodes, this one especially, are really setting the precedent
Oh
for a
yeah.
very good
Oh
season.
yeah.
There are a couple seasons in the past that I like are my top favorites, but I think already.
What's your bottom?
My bottom favorite?
What's your bottom Dragula season?
Oh,
Is it Titans?
it's not Titans. I think the ending of Titans is really not my favorite. But I would say maybe Resurrection is my least favorite.
Really?
I-
Why?
I
Is it
just-
because there's no drama? You
I think-
drama-hungry Drag
I
Race
love
girls!
drama!
Oh my
I
god!
love it!
You know, every time that I talk to a Drag Race girl, about like 75% of them are like, I love Dragula. I love Dragula. I want to do Dragula. I would love that.
It's true. The Dragula has such a. It feels like they covet the artist.
It's much. I feel
Right.
like it's much more like raw, but it feels like it's still a little bit more true to the art form of
Exactly.
drag.
Yeah. I love Drag Race. I think that my life has completely changed because of Drag
Oh,
Race.
yeah.
But there were moments where I just felt like, as much as I hold this little flame of my art and who I am and whatnot, it just felt like sometimes it would be, they would want to blow it out. And I'm like, I don't, like, you have to work harder to keep that little flame alive. But there's just something so special about Dragula where
It's so cool.
they add to the flame.
Yeah.
They want to see it burn.
Yeah, they
so
make you eat
bright.
spiders.
They make you eat spiders. Ah! That's another one I don't.
Oh no!
Girl, that's
Oh, no.
bananas.
Well, that's it. Episode's over.
Thank y'all for watching.
Poor Scylla.
Poor
Scylla.
Scylla.
She will be missed. They love bringing people back. Who knows? Maybe we'll see her again in another episode, the outside of the reunion.
I hope so. I love her and I love her
that.
work. And
I would love that. Thank you all for stopping by and paying your respects.
In the arms of the angel.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I like the nice comments. They're preferred.
But if you send us some bad ones, I hope they're juicy.
Oh.
Juicy! Because this thing is metal and it didn't pad it, sometimes it like,
Does it hurt?
a little bit sometimes. It's not bad though.
That's how you know it's good. I think all of my best drag hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels good, honestly. It feels like I'm doing it right. Like it's like the drag is getting into my skull and my brain and it's being part of me. And I'm part of it and we're part of each other. Like I've noticed.
Do you want to hear something hot?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear about how many suitcases I showed up to Dragula with?
How many?
11.
What? 11?
Because 6 of them were hair!
That's crazy.
Come on!
How the fuck do you have 9? No, 11?
10 was the limit. 10 is the limit of number of bags you can check on Delta. And
That's
then I had a carry-on. And then I also had to have my little like vampire parasol with me, like on the plane, like in my hand. And it was like every other dumb dude's like, what's the parasol for? Is it raining? And